Hello and welcome to something a little bit different here. I do want to go over my playoff bracket for this year's playoffs. This is the first time I've done anything like this on the channel. Obviously made playoff brackets in the past. Yeah, we could just go ahead and just jump straight into it here. So our playoff drivers are up on the screen right now. It's Larson, Byron, Hamlin, Blaney, Bell, SVG, Elliott, Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, Cindric, Chastain, Logano, Barry, Reddick, Dillon, and Bowman. So if we look at the points here, right now, Barry, Reddick, Dillon, and Bowman are under the cutoff line. It's actually really close, and when you look at it, definitely top heavy for points. Kyle Larson and William Byron with the same amount of playoff points. Byron is the regular season champion, so he's going to get those extra bonus points as well. That is going to help them out a ton. We'll go back over to the playoff grid. So the round of 12, we've got. I honestly, I'm going to put through Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell. They're going to be my first two through. Denny Hamlin, of course, has had a lot of wins here at Darlington. I think he can get it done here in the playoffs. First race of the round of 16. So he will be moving on in my round of 12. Christopher Bell, another strong contender here. All three of these tracks are really good for him, but the question stands. He has never won at all three of these tracks. He's had some really good finishes at all three of them and ran really, really well. Really, for him, he just needs to run well. And that's what he can do at all three of these tracks. So I think Christopher Bell will go through to the round of 12. And then third guy that I put through immediately was Shane Van Gisbergen. Now, I'm going to get slaughtered in the comments, I guarantee it. But Shane Van Gisbergen, Darlington is one of his favorite tracks. It's one of his best tracks for the round of 16. He's never been to Gateway. That's the one that's going to scare me. Same with Bristol. He's not really great at Bristol. Only one start there in the Cup Series. Didn't run too terribly bad in the Xfinity Series, but again, it is a very massive difference between the Xfinity car and the Gen 7 car. So I think Shane Van Gisbergen will get through to the round of 12. We go on to the next guy here, Chase Briscoe. Again, I think he can do it at Darlington. He won the Southern 500 last year. Very good at Darlington, and that was in a basically shutting down, not great SHR car last year. So he definitely has my pick. It's going to be up to him and Hamlin in Darlington, I feel like. They are going to be the ones going at it when it comes down to the end of the race here. So we'll see what they can do. But I think that all three JGR cars in the playoffs will get through to the round of 12. I also think Joey Logano will get through. Now, you might ask why I think Logano will get through. You know, there is the stereotype where the previous season champion does not make it through the first round. And that has happened a few times with the playoff system. But here's the thing. This is a very strong round for Joey Logano. I mean, he's got Darlington, and he's won there before. He's got 11 top 5s, 6 top 10s. I think he can run a solid race. I don't think he's going to win Darlington, but he can definitely finish well there. Gateway, again, he's won there before. He could finish pretty good there. He is 3 for 3 on starts with top 5s, and then, of course, his win there as well. I think he can move through there. That is going to be one of his better tracks as well. Bristol, now, that's going to be the hardest one for him, I feel like. He has won there in the past as well, but, I mean, Joey Logano, his Bristol stats are not that great for how many races he's ran. So we will put him through to the round of 12. Another guy I want to put through is Tyler Reddick. No wins at any of these tracks either, but Darlington, I think that's, again, his best shot. Toyota is just really good at Darlington. That is going to be all of those drivers' best shot to get through to the round of 12. So Tyler Reddick goes through for me. Kyle Larson, I think he's going to get it done at Bristol. He's not going to get it done at Darlington. He's not going to get it done at Gateway. He will run well. He'll hold the points just fine. But I think Bristol is where he's going to get it done. He dominated his last win there. I mean, I think, what was it? He led over 400 laps, I believe. So Kyle Larson, going to get it done at Bristol. He's going through to the round of 12 for me. And then we've got William Byron here. Regular season champion. He will make it through. I think he's going to point his way in. I don't think he's going to get a win throughout this round. Not his greatest tracks. Probably the hardest round for him to get through, I think. So William Byron getting through to the round of 12 for me. I really think he can get it done. Just coming through on points, he'll be good to go. He's got the playoff points to hold him through. Next guy I want to put through is the 12 of Ryan Blaney. Now, he's been in this situation before. He's definitely going to point his way in. He's sitting at 20 above the cut line. Gotta run just solid races. And again, he'll be one of those guys that points his way through to the round of 12. Chase Elliott, another guy that I want to just point through. I actually had a lot of decisions with these bottom four that I'm putting through, or I guess not bottom four, but the last four that I'm putting through. Chase Elliott, I don't know. He struggles here. Again, he's won Darlington before in the Xfinity Series, but that's it. Never won in the Cup Series. Does have a pretty good record there, as well as Bristol, but again, I do think he's just going to point his way through to the round of 12. Ross Chastain, another one that's going to point his way in. Runs really well at short tracks, but Bristol is not his move, it looks like. So again, one of the guys that's going to point his way in. It's going to be down to the wire for him, I believe. Same with the last guy that I'm putting through. Now, this is going to shock a lot of you guys, but Austin Cindric. I think he'll get through to the round of 12. But you know what? He's won at Gateway. That's a good reason why I'm putting him through. He's good at Gateway. Penske is good at Gateway across the board. I think they'll do pretty good. That's why I put all three Penske drivers through to the round of 12. Now, I'm leaving out Bubba Wallace. He's had a struggle this year. Now, the Brickyard 400, that win was massive for them, but outside of that, it has not really been a great season. He's been running solid, but not great. So, Bubba Wallace, one of the guys that I am taking out. Josh Berry won very early in the season, and just after that has not had a good season. I don't think he makes it through the round of 16. Just not been a good season for him outside of that win. So, Josh Berry with that one as well. Same with Austin Dillon. Outside of Richmond, has not been a good season. So he is going to be out in the round of 16 for me. Alex Bowman had to point his way into the playoffs. I think he gets knocked out first round. Like Austin Dillon, like Josh Berry, has not had a good season. It's been a really average season for Alex Bowman. He's just not been Alex Bowman ever since those injuries. I just don't think he's really come out of it still. It has been better than last year, but again, I just don't think he's going to make it through to the round of 12. So we move on to the round of 8. Again, going to put Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell straight through for the same reasons that I put him through the last time. We look at Denny Hamlin's stats. He has won a lot at New Hampshire. 3 wins on his series, 3 wins for him, a lot of top 5s at 19 and 11 top 10s for him in 31 starts. I think that's a pretty good record for him to get through on New Hampshire. Kansas, again, that is one of the best tracks for him in this round. Think he'll run pretty good there. So Denny Hamlin goes through for pretty much the same reasons as the last round. Christopher Bell, again, New Hampshire, good for him. Toyota is good at these first races in the playoffs. So I think Christopher Bell will get through with more than likely a win at New Hampshire. So we'll see what they do there. Now, Chase Elliott, I actually think he's going to get through. He's going to point his way in. He will point his way through to the round of 8. Kansas is a good one for him. He's only got 1 win in 19 starts, but 12 top 5s. He can easily finish good there. New Hampshire is one of his weaker tracks. I don't think he's going to get it done at New Hampshire. He just needs to run a solid top 20 race, and he should be good there. Now, the Roval, he's won there twice. The only issue is he's got to get through Shane Van Gisbergen. And I have, of course, put Shane Van Gisbergen through. I'm skipping a couple right here, but Shane Van Gisbergen goes through to the round of 8 with a win in the Roval. I think he's just going to do it. He's been unbeatable on the road courses, even road courses that we've been to for years in the NASCAR Cup Series. Shane Van Gisbergen just goes out there and whoops the field. I think Shane Van Gisbergen gets it done at the Roval. And we'll go back up to Tyler Reddick, who is going to probably get it done at Kansas. Now, he does only have 1 win there, but that's his best track for this round here. I think Tyler Reddick makes it through to the round of 8. We go to Kyle Larson. Again, really good at Kansas, but I don't think he's going to win it. I think he's going to point his way in. He's going to be one of those 4 drivers to point his way into the round of 8. Well, 5 drivers. Helps that I can count. So Ryan Blaney, I think he's going to point his way through as well. Not very good at New Hampshire. Has not been good at Kansas. Now, the stats are good, but not great. 9 top 5s and 21 starts. That is not a really good ratio in my mind. But I do think he's going to get through. He's also won at the Roval, but again, got to get through Shane Van Gisbergen if he wants to make it through. I think he does get it done and goes into the round of 8. Ross Chastain. Now, this one was a tough one for me. I was between Chastain and Byron here. Now, I put Chastain through. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to be completely honest. That Kansas stats, I think that's what's going to bump him up. Now, I know William Byron has not won at any of these tracks. New Hampshire is easily his worst. I don't know what he does at New Hampshire, but he just has never had a good run at New Hampshire. It's always been decent at best. So I think he's going to get out in the round of 12, will not make it through. Then I've got Chase Briscoe missing out. I honestly, making the round of 12 is good for him with a new team. Well, new team to him, JGR. The transition, beautiful. That is what they needed to do, was make the playoffs, and making it through to the round of 12 would be exceeding expectations for him in my eyes. I did not think he was going to make it past the round of 16. Well, I didn't even think he was going to make the playoffs, to be honest with you. I thought there was going to be a little transition. But Chase Briscoe has really overperformed in my eyes. He's been doing really well here. Got a lot of poles and all that fun stuff. Won a race. But I do think that he is going to miss out in the round of 12. Not going to have enough going for him there. Joey Logano, another driver that I have getting out in the round of 12. Now, this might shock a lot of people because he is good at New Hampshire. He's good at Kansas. I just don't think it's Logano's year. It's odd year. You gotta... I know everybody talks about even year Logano, but it's an odd year, so I think he's lucky I even put him through to the round of 12, to be honest with you. You know what? We move on to Cindric, which honestly, I should not have put him through. I honestly have him getting out, and by a pretty large margin here in the round of 12. These are just not good tracks for him in the round of 12. So look for Cindric to struggle there and not make the round of 8. So now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the final 4. First guy I put through here, Ryan Blaney. The reason I've done that is because the last 2 years, he has won the Martinsville race. And I think he's going to do it again. Ryan Blaney is going to win the Martinsville race for the 3rd year in a row and put himself into the championship 4. So we will go ahead and move on. I think Denny Hamlin's going to be the one to point his way in. Talladega is probably going to be his downfall. He's going to be really close battle with Ryan Blaney here at Martinsville. But I do think he's going to be the one to point his way in. He has won all 3 of these tracks, by the way. So, I don't know. I just think this is going to be a tough round for Denny Hamlin. So, he is going to be my point-in guy. Chase Elliott. I actually think he's going to get it done at Talladega. It is a long shot, I'll tell you what. But I think he will get it done in Talladega. He actually ran very well at Daytona before incidents. So I do think that Chase Elliott will win Talladega. We go to the next guy here, and it is Christopher Bell. He is going to be the last guy that gets into the Final 4 for me. I think he's going to win at Vegas. He's never won there before. But he ran really, really well here the last few times we've been there. So I think Christopher Bell will win Vegas and get through to the Final 4. So that's my Final 4. Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, and Bell. So now, I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do it. But for Phoenix, you've got these 4 guys. All of them very, very good at Phoenix. Denny Hamlin, 2 wins. Blaney is actually the only one that has not won at Phoenix out of this 4. But I think Ryan Blaney is going to get the championship done this year. And the stereotype of Penske winning all the championships here in the playoff era of the Gen 7 race car, I think Ryan Blaney is going to get it done here in Phoenix. He's going to get his 2nd championship because of that win in Martinsville. I don't know why. I feel like it's going to happen. Penske winning all of them here in the Gen 7 era as we have the playoffs now. I do hope that the playoffs format does change, but that's another conversation for another day. So we'll be getting out of here, guys. I want to see yours down in the comments below. Who is your championship pick? Who's your round picks for each round? Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Guys, I really hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you are new. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care and have a great night.